everybody, it's Allison again, and today we're going to do a calf stretch. This is the version of the downward dog stretch, but we're going to use a chair and we'll be standing. So if you have wrist issues in downward dog, this is a great option. I'm going to give you a couple different options here. So first option, we have the chair. I'm going to move it out just a little bit. So we're going to move the feet back until you just as far as you can. We want the feet to be kind of right underneath the hips if you can. So we're going to lift the heels and almost stand up, and then we're going to push the hips back and slowly lower the heels. Press the chest down toward the floor. So lift, shift forward, shift back, and press the chest down toward the floor. Lift and lower, chest down toward the floor. I'm also getting a chest stretch here and a lat stretch, actually. More lat than chest for me. And I'm going to add to this. So if you feel like you're not getting any stretch at all here, you can use a rolled up towel, or you could just roll up your yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, just a towel will do. And I'm going to set this down here, and I'm going to stand on it with the balls of my feet. And I'm going to come forward, take my hands to the chair, and the same thing. So I'm lifting, shifting forward, shift back, slowly lower the heels. Same motion. Shift forward and back. If you want to, you can try to pick your toes up as you lower the heels. That'll give you more stretch. You can tilt your tailbone up. That'll get you more into the hamstrings and the calves. I think a lot of people think that they can't touch their toes because their hamstrings are too tight, but I think a lot of times it's not the hamstrings, it's the calves. If you feel a lot behind the back of your knees, it's usually the calves. Okay, and then we're going to go on to the next stretch, which I did on the other calf stretching video. I got my towel right in front. I've got a block that I'm going to put down at an angle, sort of a diagonal. If you do not have a yoga block, you can use a book. Hardback is better. I'm going to use the block and put it right up there on the towel. I'm going to put the ball of my foot on this block. My heel is on the ground. I'm going to step back. We want this back foot to not be turned out to the side. Try to keep it forward as much as you can. Probably completely straight is going to be more than you can do. Some people can do it. So I turn it out just a little bit. If you find yourself here, all you got to do is lift your heel, spin, square the hips, and drop it. So I'm going to hang onto the chair for this one. I'm going to puff my chest out, push the ball of the foot into that block, and lower down and lift back up again. So I've got tension with the ball of the foot pushing into the block. Just imagine when you're driving and you hit that gas pedal, and if you want to go really fast, that's what you should feel like you're doing right now. Pushing the ball of the foot into the block. And I'm lifting and lowering the heel. You don't have to do that. You can just keep it static. Ooh, my calves are going to feel great after this. That makes me very happy. And then you can tip forward a little bit. So this is not a resistance stretch. It just feels good to me. Not everything has to be a resistance stretch. I find sometimes doing these static stretches after I do resistance stretching feels really good because my muscles are already warmed up and they're ready to be stretched a little bit farther. So we'll switch sides. Again, I've got that back foot. It's not out to the side. It's squared up. Square the hips. Puff the chest out. Get the upper back into as much of a arc as you can, a back bend. I've got the ball of the foot pressing into the block. I'm going to shift forward and shift back up again. I'm using my hands to support me. So even if your back rounds a little bit here, it's probably going to be okay. But if your back is starting to round a lot, that's kind of telling me that you've reached your end range of motion here. So we just want to take it as far as you can go. No yanking, no forcing yourself into anything. I've got this rhythm going. I'm lifting the heel, and then I'm slowly lowering it, and I'm bringing my chest toward the chair. And we'll do a few more. And then I may want to move my back foot forward a little bit. I'm going to tip forward and back. I didn't mention this on the other side, but you could turn your heel out a little bit. That'll get more into the outside of the calf if you have tightness there. I know a lot of people do. One more time. And there we go. Whew. How do you feel? I hope good. And until next time, happy stretching.